It's time for GMA3, an arrest warrant issued for Tyrese Gibson. Why Atlanta police want to speak with the award-winning singer and the Fast and the Furious star, and what he's now saying. 40 Years of Pink. We're marking 40 years of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The campaign saving hundreds of thousands of lives. The latest in the fight, from research to diagnosis to treatment, and the hope for the future. Plus, the man with the most famous handshake on TV, Paul Hollywood, is here.
It's great, isn't it?
The Great British Baking Show judge is baking us sweet treats from his new cookbook. It's time for GMA3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
Happy Wednesday. Happy October 1st.
Yeah,
I'm Janae Norman.
Yes, and I'm Ginger Z here with Will Reeve. We are so glad you can join us this Wednesday.
Yeah, thrilled to be here. And coming up, we have the latest on that split that surprised Hollywood. Nicole Kidman filing for divorce from Keith Urban after nearly 20 years of marriage.
Also ahead, we are going inside the ballroom after TikTok night on Dancing with the Stars. It was a big night for Olympic gymnast Jordan Childs. Max Chmerkovskiy is going to join us to break down the competition. Believe me, he knows what he's talking about.
I believe you. We're looking forward to that. But we do begin with the arrest warrant issued for singer and actor Tyrese Gibson after a disturbing incident involving his dogs in his upscale Atlanta neighborhood. Senior national correspondent Steve Osunsami is in Atlanta with the latest. Hey, Steve.
Janae, just to give you a sense of this neighborhood, this is one of the most expensive and prestigious zip codes in Georgia. The governor's mansion is here. There are other mansions nearby with giant yards and no street parking or sidewalks, because that's how it's meant to be here. And neighbors here have been complaining about this actor's dog for months, saying that they've been on the loose and, in the words of one resident, terrorizing the neighborhood.
Baby, promise me you'll stay, baby.
He's an award-winning R&B singer and best known in Hollywood for his Fast and Furious movies. Yeah! Police in Georgia have issued a warrant for his arrest over his large dogs at his Atlanta mansion, who are now accused of killing another dog in his wealthy neighborhood 2 weeks ago.
If anybody shows up, I want you to bite their ankles off.
Police say they asked him to surrender his dogs, and he said no, leading them to search the home for the dogs while he was away. And when they didn't find them, they issued an arrest warrant for the singer and actor, accusing him of animal cruelty.
They have been loose in our neighborhood for 6, 7, 8 months now. They've been off the leash at least 30 times.
Police say the neighbors have complained that his dogs were often running loose, and on September 18th, they were seen on a neighbor's security camera, accused of killing Harrison Parker's much smaller 5-year-old dog.
The pack of those 4 dogs were there minutes before I found Henry's body. And there was absolutely no cars, no humans, just the dogs. He died alone in the darkness at night, and I wasn't there. Henry was a little King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. I'd raised him from a little puppy, from just a few weeks old. And, he never left my side. I really hope that justice is fully served.
Gibson was out of the country that night, and in a statement says to the family, "Please know that my heart is broken for you. I'm praying for your healing and for your beloved pet who never deserved this." His lawyer tells us that Gibson accepts full responsibility and made the incredibly difficult decision to rehome his 2 adult dogs and their 3 puppies in safe and loving homes.
The question now is, when will Tyrese Gibson come in and address this arrest warrant from Fulton County? And if rehoming the dogs will be good enough for authorities who have asked to get the dogs from him? Or do they still want these dogs? And if they get the dogs, is there any danger that they will put these dogs down? In a video that the actor and singer posted on his social media, he suggested that he is in Los Angeles still and is cooperating fully with authorities. Guys.
All right, Steve, we'll be paying attention to that. Such an uncomfortable, sad scene, disturbing there, and poor little Henry, thinking about him. All right, we are going to turn now to lowering prescription drug costs. Pfizer agreeing to reduce prices to Medicaid on many of its drugs, while the White House announces a new direct-to-consumer website for prescriptions. Elizabeth Schulze is here on the couch. She has all the details. Hi there, Elizabeth.
Hey, good to be with you guys. So this is a deal to lower the cost of prescription drugs, which are on average 3 times more expensive in the U.S. than in other wealthy countries. So President Trump announced that Pfizer will cut drug prices for people on Medicaid. That's more than 70 million Americans. How's this happening? Basically, the drug maker says it's now going to charge state Medicaid programs the same lower cost that it's already charging other countries like in Europe. Now, importantly, if you get prescriptions through private insurance, Pfizer has not said that it will cut those costs. Pfizer also agreed to sell some of its drugs at a reduced rate on a new government-run website called Trump RX. The White House says consumers will be able to buy drugs directly from manufacturers on this site, which could result in discounts of up to 80% for some prescriptions. Still might not ultimately be cheaper than when you get prescriptions through insurance. That website isn't expected to launch until next year, and White House officials say that other drug makers will be joining too.
And the president has already threatened additional tariffs on these pharmaceutical companies.
Exactly. The president is threatening 100% tariffs on pharmaceutical companies, and especially if they aren't actively building facilities in the U.S. And that's actually a big part of this Pfizer announcement. It pledged $70 billion toward U.S. manufacturing. Now the White House says because of that, Pfizer will avoid tariffs for the next 3 years. Other drug makers, Eli Lilly and Johnson & Johnson, have made similar pledges about U.S. manufacturing, too.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Helpful.
Thanks.
All right, now to the WNBA Finals. The Las Vegas Aces will face the Phoenix Mercury after beating the Indiana Fever in an overtime thriller. But there's drama off the court for the league, with one of its top stars blasting the commissioner. Will, you've got the latest on this.
Yeah, this was quite something. It's sort of unprecedented to see a star player in a league come out and bring alleged receipts here. This is the scene. It's the Minnesota Lynx' Nafisa Collier. She wasn't holding back about how WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has handled complaints about league officiating this season. Collier has some claims, some reason to be upset here. Her season ended with an ankle injury after that controversial no call against the Phoenix Mercury in the playoffs just recently. Collier saying that when she asked Engelbert about the officiating and the state of the officiating, that Engelbert said only the losers complain about the refs. And when Collier asked about the low pay for young stars, including Caitlin Clark, the people who make the league so well known, Collier claimed Engelbert told her that Clark makes $16 million off the court because of the platform the WNBA gives her. The commissioner has responded in a statement writing, "I am disheartened by how Nafisa characterized our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and this work will not waver." Now, the coaches feel the same way that Collier does, frustrated. Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve was fined $15,000, which is a record, and she was suspended for her team's final playoff game following her comments about the refs shortly after her star player Collier's injury. And the head coaches for the Indiana Fever and the Las Vegas Aces were also fined $1,000 each after they agreed with Reeve about the officiating situation across the league. So a lot happening here. It's off the court. On the court, the finals start Friday, but everyone's going to be paying attention to this battle between
a lot of
the
players have spoken out in support of Nafisa. Not only WNBA players, NBA players, really praising her leadership.
Absolutely. She runs that league unrivaled, so there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, well, coming up, we've got 40 years of pink. We are celebrating 4 decades of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the advances, the lives saved, and the future of the fight.
Welcome back. It is October 1st and the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this year we are celebrating 40 years of pink when the American Cancer Society launched its mission to bring attention to breast cancer.
And there's been life-changing and life-saving progress from diagnosis to screening to treatment to access to care. And Dr. Alpa Patel of the American Cancer Society is here with the latest on where the fight stands. Welcome, Dr. Patel. Thank you so much for joining us here. And it's been 40 years, as we just mentioned, since this whole campaign kicked off. Everywhere you go in October, you see pink. You've got that pink ribbon there. So where are we now? What progress have you seen in this time, and what changes are you most excited about, and where do we need to go next?
Well, first, thank you so much for having me. We are at such an exciting time because of the progress that we've made with building awareness over the last 40 years. So what that's meant, it's culminated in actually a 42% decline in breast cancer death rates during that time.
Wow.
So many more women are surviving today than ever before. What I am most excited about, though, is that it's not just that we're treating it better. It's that we know much more about what causes breast cancer and what the risk factors are. We are getting more women to screening, and we have more treatments to throw at it. I'll just share with you, if you think back to 40 years ago, 1 out of every 4 women was getting a mammogram. Oh, wow. Today, it's 2 out of every 3. So we have done a tremendous job in the last 40 years building that awareness.
That's fantastic. So we know that younger women, particularly women of color, are seeing diagnosis more often. This is your specialty. What do we need to understand about those disparities and what's being done to help close the gap?
These trends are definitely something that are of concern to all of us. We know that women under the age of 50 are seeing an increase in breast cancer diagnoses. And we know that that burden of disease is not equal among all women. And so when we think about the largest disparity, Black women are actually less likely to be diagnosed, but if diagnosed, are more likely to die. Wow. And we need to understand why. There's some things that we already know. Making sure that we can get access to high quality screening and access to high quality treatment is essential. But we also need to understand what else is driving these disparities, which is why I'm so excited that last year we launched at the American Cancer Society an initiative called the Voices of Black Women. We're seeking to partner with 100,000 Black women across the country to really dig deep into understanding what aspects of the lived experiences of Black women are contributing to this.
Wow. You mentioned excitement about that program, but also there's a lot of excitement around AI and vaccines. So how close are we to that becoming a reality?
Vaccines are being used in a lot of other types of cancer already. So we're seeing vaccine treatment being used in bladder, prostate cancers, and melanoma. The studies are promising. So I expect that we'll see some interesting things coming out in the next few years. And with AI as well, you know, there's so much data out there right now, and AI gives us the power to harness all of those data. So think about every person diagnosed with breast cancer before us. Their information can help inform what is the best path forward to treat your cancer. And now we actually are seeing those kinds of capabilities because of AI.
Great. Well, we appreciate you so much for being here. It is incredible work that you're doing, especially seeing the increase in the number of women who are being screened.
Thank you so much again for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And on Friday, we will have a panel of experts and survivors here to talk with more on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And coming up next in Pop News, we've got a late night switcheroo. Stay with us. Thank you, Dr. Patel.
We're back now with Pop News and Will Gans.
Oh yeah, we begin today with the old switcheroo. It's an oldie but a goodie, one of my favorites. Jimmy Kimmel in Brooklyn this week for some special episodes of Jimmy Kimmel Live at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. And last night's guest, a man who knows his way around late night, Stephen Colbert. And Jimmy returned the favor, also appearing on Colbert's show last night, and they couldn't resist having some fun with that. Take a look.
Some people may not know this. I'm on your show tonight, and should we wave to ourselves?
Yes,
over on ABC.
Yeah.
Which with this? Hi. Have a great show.
Love those guys. Good guy.
Handsome. Very handsome.
Love that. Kimmel will be in Brooklyn the rest of the week, and his guests include Emily Blunt, Jeremy Allen White, Bruce Springsteen, and Tom Hanks. You can check it out right here on ABC.
Oh, that was cute.
So much fun.
Yeah. When he's in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. We got to take a little field trip.
I live
not
in Brooklyn.
too far.
I gotta get over there.
I make a rule of not going to Brooklyn if I don't have to, but I would go for this.
That's hilarious. Why? It's too far for you, Bridget and Tunnel.
Dude, as a Brooklyn resident, you're wrong.
Okay, would go for Jimmy Kimmel or Will Reed. Now we've got it settled.
Distance is Connecticut.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Right?
Thank you, Ginger. All right, now to a special shout out for some star members of our ABC family. Last night, the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame honored the class of 2025 right here here in New York City, including Jimmy Pitaro, chairman of ESPN, who received the Hall of Fame's Chairman's Award. I was there on the red carpet. Jimmy told me his motto, be kind and work hard. He says that's the culture of the entire team at ESPN. And Michael Gelman, executive producer of Live with Kelly and Mark, was inducted as well, honored by Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, along with Deborah O'Connell, president of Disney News Groups and Entertainment. Gelman, who predates Regis on Live, by the way, told me his 42-year journey on the show has been a marathon, and I asked the iconic Cheryl Lee Ralph, honored with the Hall of Fame's Humanitarian Award, what she would tell her high school self. Here's what she said.
Be patient. Be patient. There is nothing wrong with you. Not the way you look, not the way you speak. There is nothing wrong with you.
You better believe I teared up when she was saying.
Also, wait, I don't know if it's possible for the control room to pull that back up, but the way her husband is in the background, just looking at her is everything.
The love is
Oh my
there.
gosh.
It's palpable. Yeah, huge congrats to the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame class of 2025. And finally, get ready to scream, because October 1st means we can officially celebrate Halloween season. And Hulu and Disney Plus are sharing a hauntingly good lineup of our favorite scary movies, streaming all month long. We're talking Disney Channel classics like Halloween Town, fan faves like Hocus Pocus, Scream, and The Sixth Sense, plus The Nightmare Before Christmas, 13 hours of The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror episodes, and this year, for the first time ever, there will be 3 non-stop streams of curated favorites for any Halloween celebrations or just a night in. And you don't want to decide what to put on next, just put that stream on. Everything streaming now on Disney Plus.
And that's Pop News. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA3.
And happy Wednesday afternoon. We're back here on GMA3, and tomorrow is a big day on GMA. Best-selling author Nicholas Sparks is here. He and M. Night Shyamalan are working together on Remain, which Sparks calls a haunting love story. He'll tell us all about the new book, bringing it to the big screen, too.
Ooh, that one sounds really good. And Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt will be here to tell us about their new movie, The Smashing Machine, which is already getting Oscar buzz.
Very cool. And if that wasn't enough, we're also going to be live in one of my favorite states, Vermont, for our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour, seeing the sights and visiting a place that has a true connection to the sound of music. That's all coming up tomorrow.
All right, but now to the latest on the Hollywood split. Nicole Kidman officially filing for divorce from Keith Urban just one day after news broke of their separation.
This morning, Hollywood power couple Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban are officially divorcing.
I had this idea of the perfect life.
The Oscar-winning actress filing for divorce from the Grammy-winning country star after nearly 20 years of marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. The news coming just a day after confirmation of the pair's separation, which was reportedly initiated by Urban. Fans of the beloved couple left stunned.
What do you mean Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have split?
And after 19 years, that's basically 70 years in Hollywood, Matt.
I just always thought they'd make it for the long haul, so I'm super sad.
In filings obtained by ABC News, both signed a marital dissolution agreement over a month ago. In part, it outlines their parenting plan. Kidman set to have primary custody of their 2 teenage daughters.
The agreement says that all of their assets have been divided. All the furniture has been divided. Child support and spousal support are waived. And they even say that their attorney's fees are each being paid by them individually. Now, what they've done is really the smartest thing that they could do, given that they're getting divorced.
Although proceedings appear amicable, Kidman's feelings of their separation reportedly are not. A source telling People that the 58-year-old feels very betrayed, and another source saying it's devastating to her. The longtime A-list couple who wed in 2006, seemingly the epitome of love, cheering each other on over the years. The 2-time CMA Entertainer of the Year telling us in 2013 his family gives him inspiration for his music.
Well, they inspire so much of what I do because they hear everything. You know, Nick's hearing all the songs as they're coming in, and she lives with this record as long as I do.
We certainly want them to both be happy, but it's always a bummer when a couple that's been together for so long and you see on the red carpet looking so in love splits up. It's always pretty devastating.
All right, thanks, Janae. Time now for Deals and Steals. It's a pink paradise over there.
It sure is. And we've got Tori Johnson. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you've got special deals for it.
We do. Okay, so we are starting with Ana Ono, and this company is all about believing and living the way that all women, all chests deserve to have support. And so they make products and design specific bras and loungewear for every single stage of women going through breast cancer. So before, during, and after surgeries, big variety of options. And you'll notice that the fabrics are so super soft, like those lounge pants and all the pieces that they do. But they're also all about easier access, comfort in putting things on and off. So it's not only about the fabrics, but it's the way that things are designed. They put so much emphasis on the design, and they work so closely with women going through breast cancer. And they've given us a really good deal. Today we have a big assortment online, and it's all slashed in half.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we love that.
I have some of these.
You do? All right. You're a cakes girl. So cakes. That's what these are. Cakes. So they were on Shark Tank, and as soon as they were on Shark Tank, they created this like big viral moment because they heard from women everywhere at every stage of life. So girls going through puberty, moms that were breastfeeding, women who were going through mastectomies, who said that the coverage provided by Cakes gave them confidence in any clothing. And they can literally be worn with, they're designed to be worn with swimwear, all different types of necklines, clothing that where a traditional bra just doesn't work. Cakes can work, and they provide just really great, they also like to say comfortable coverage, thorough coverage. So we've got a nice assortment, especially in all of the colors. So if you need that little extra protection, we got a bundle, and it's half price. Okay, LYS Beauty. This is, sorry, don't worry. Stands for Love Yourself, and it's all skincare infused makeup. And one of their signatures is the fact that they're so inclusive in terms of the different colors that they offer and their shade range. Big range of shades. One of their best-selling products, this little one right here, it's a bronzing stick. And as Elena was telling me, the right kind of bronzer and sculpting can take 5 pounds off your face. So maybe it's not 5 pounds, but it can really do wonders in terms of sculpting and just confidence building and making you feel great.
I put it so deep under my chin. I gotta say, I'm like,
exactly. You go with that contour stick.
Real good.
We also have beautiful brushes from them that are all cruelty-free, and they add a little bling to them. Everything's slashed in half. Everything's under $20. Starts at $5.
Oh, everything's under $20.
Okay, this is beautiful. Karma and Luck. Really all about being able to wear a little bit of what you want to manifest. So all of the little charms and gemstones are about happiness, luck, well-being, prosperity, big assortment of necklaces. I also love this little piece right here. You can pick up that big eye. So look at it, read what it says on the back. Both sides are beautiful.
Where there's love, there is light.
There you go. So that's their Power of Love statue. Just fun, beautiful pieces, and all artisan made and all 50% off.
Gorgeous.
We like that. Well, some corksicle. This
will go well.
We are not using those plastic
colors.
disposable bottles. So if you're ready to break that habit, or you just need a new water bottle, these from Corksicle are fabulous, triple insulated, keep your drinks hot or cold longer. Not only do we have the big pink collection here, but we've got even more colors that you'll find online. But go for the pink because they're pretty fabulous, and they're slashed in half. And then for sleeping, we've got everything from night. We've got silk, satin, and cooling. So depending on what you need, they all offer really great beauty benefits. So bedhead, sleep wrinkles, not going to have any of that when you use these products. All 50% off.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Tori. And we have partnered with these companies on these great products. You can get them at GMAdeals.com. That QR code on the screen takes you right there. Coming up, my buddy Max Chmerkovskiy is joining us to talk about Dancing with the Stars, breaking down the competition after the big TikTok night in the ballroom. All right, welcome back. One of our favorite Dancing with the Stars mirror ball winners, pro dancer Max Chmerkovskiy is here chatting all about last night's show. Incredible performance, a shocking elimination. You've been around this for a long time. Who are you loving watching, Max, this season?
I have to admit, I love watching Danielle Fishel. I love watching Robert Obviously, Whitney and Mark are putting on incredible performances. We've expected that from the likes of her, and again, that partnership combination is excellent. I love Dylan and Daniela, but it goes to show, again, I keep naming names, and this season everybody can put on the show. I was shocked about the elimination because for me, Lauren was my dark horse because she was the type that didn't enter the game right away on all cylinders like the Whitneys, of that season, but she had so much more to give, and it was obvious. It just needed to be brought out. So she didn't get a chance to do that.
That was a question I was going to ask you because a lot of people were shocked by that one, and you think she did have more to give.
But I have to give back the criticism on the couple and say that this is not the show where you want to take it slow in the beginning, especially if you don't come in on like the way Robert walked into it, the way Whitney, became part of the cast, right? There was a lot more about that news. I think Lauren was kind of like quietly joining the cast and then like, look, I have a lot to offer, but I'm going to do it second half of the show. Not that she had to come out. I think she was very tame. Last week's performance was incredible, but it made audience feel like she's comfortably safe. And what I didn't understand is yesterday, why she was scored the exact same as Andy, who I love, and I think he's a gold mine. He should stay, protect that man at all costs. But it's not the same performance, so I don't know how she ended up there, but it's shocking.
Coming up, we have Disney Week, right?
Yes.
That's always a fun one. You get the costumes and all that. What's some advice you have for the contestants who remain? And you've touched on it a little bit. You got to come in hot, but how do they build on their success on Disney Week?
Twofold. There's a half of the cast that's putting on incredible shows. You have to be ready for when it's your turn to be knocked down, right? So I'm just being honest. Like, if you're at the top of the leaderboard, there's going to come a time when you're going to have a dip. Disney Week is such that it's a bit distracting. It's like a Halloween week, right? You can get lost in the sauce of that character play and all that. Focus on the dance. We saw yesterday there was so much fundamental technique missing in some of the couples that you see that they're focusing on some things that aren't what's going to, cause you to stay. And I think in Lauren's case, it was one of those things. Like it wasn't a dance that was focused on the dance.
Right.
And I think it was more of a TikTok situation. So.
And the judges want dancing. So.
We want dancing. The audience a 34-season audience, right? So people know the cha-cha and the difference in the quick steps. And yesterday the comment was about the frame. By the way, the frame. If you want, do you know what a frame is?
I do not know what a frame is.
How about I show you?
Okay. All right.
So and Ginger won't let me lie. It's one of the worst things for a female partner, right?
Really?
So my hand is right here on the shoulder blade. Your hand is right here.
Okay.
The
sandwich.
Fingers are up, right?
Fingers are
like
up.
this.
Fingers
so
are
you're
up.
holding me with the middle finger and with this
Holding
one.
you with the middle finger and this one.
So all three are up.
All three fingers are up.
So your hips are forward, feet together.
Hips are forward,
feet together, and knees are slightly soft.
Knees are slightly soft.
So the hip and the hip connected right here.
And
that's what they wanted, right?
Like a martini glass,
right? So before I get this hand, the head has to go back. And the whole body here.
Wow.
This hand is right here and out.
Okay.
Right. And so now as
Sorry if you guys can see I haven't shaved my arms.
We haven't. As we do these things. So now, my comment to you, I am a professional. My comment to you is if I'm Derek, I'm like, do you watch your left elbow and the shoulder?
Yeah.
And are you watching your left shoulder?
No,
you're not.
This shoulder.
How about now? Are you watching it?
Yes.
Wow.
Lift this up right here. See, like a penny now.
I'm just
so wild.
There we go.
I'm just saying it's not the same for a male celebrity and a female celebrity. The amount of information that you have to do. I remember Kirsty was like this.
Yep.
Kirstie Alley, rest in peace. She was like, I cannot. This is torture. It's not, you know,
Well, it
it's
wasn't
not
quite
possible.
torture. It was
Yeah, it didn't look
fantastic.
like
Thank you
torture.
so much for that. How fun.
We haven't even
my
danced,
God.
but that's hard. And so
Yeah.
yesterday to beat that frame, oh, your elbow, your shoulder, your elbow, it's like.
It takes a lot.
It
Thank
takes
you for
too
showing
much.
us that.
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars airs Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC and Disney Plus. Streaming the next day on Hulu. What are you laughing at? Coming up here, goodness, we are baking with great British baking judge, show judge Paul Hollywood. Stick
The
around.
next participant right here.
We are back now with one of the best known bakers on the planet. Great British baking show judge Paul Hollywood has a new cookbook called Celebrate Joyful Baking All Year Round. We're so excited he's here showing us how to bake two of his favorites. These are typically associated with Easter, hot cross buns, but you like them all year round.
All year round. The whole thing about a hot cross bun, it's very British, and normally they pipe the cross onto the top, which I'll show you how that's done. It's full of fruit. I use fresh apple in there as well, and orange. And that moisture that's inside it as well, and how delicious it is gorgeous. It's quite spicy with the cinnamon, but you end up baking a very basic dough. So you start by mixing a normal conventional white dough. Then you add the ingredients, which you have here. So you have your citrus pea, you have your apple, you have your raisins, you have your oranges, you have your orange zest, and then you have your cinnamon. So it's quite Scandinavian as well in its approach. Cinnamon has been around in British baking for around 500 years.
Wow.
And it's those spices that really remind you of Christmas and the fall and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Especially coming into
So I
the
was gonna
holidays.
say, it feels like year round,
It
yes,
does.
but apples are now, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So to start with, I've got a piece of dough here. So that's a normal white piece of dough, which I've got some ingredients in. So you've got some fruit in there as well. Now, if I just rip that up a bit, give you a piece of dough so you feel
Yes,
what that's
please.
like.
Okay.
There you go.
And you have raisins in here because that's traditional, but really
Yeah.
any kind of fruit?
Yeah, you can. You can add raisins, sultanas. You can add mixed peel. You can pretty much do what you want.
Dates.
I like to add cranberry works really well, especially around Christmas time.
Yeah.
But if you have a lump of dough and stick it on a sticky surface, and then spin it round with your hand, what you end up doing is turning what essentially is a mess into a ball.
What do you got over there, Janae?
What? Still the mess, but I'm working on it.
Hers is like a snake. It looked a little bit like a snake. There we go.
You want to see the way it gathers. See the way it gathers down the bottom.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tight, so it creates the
Yours
ball.
did.
And if
Yeah,
you,
right.
if you don't, it just flattens out.
All my raisins are at the bottom, unfortunately.
That's okay, but
That's okay?
you've got to get some grip on the bench to get that to turn into a circle.
Oh,
And that,
okay.
that essentially is a hot cross bun. I like to join them together. So
Yeah.
once you place them on a baking tray to rise up, because it's got yeast in, obviously.
Yeah.
And then once it rises up, you end up with feel that essentially is one I did a couple of hours ago. So
Yeah.
it's grown. But now you need to put the cross on it.
Yeah.
This is where I'd like you to have a go. There you go. Have
Oh,
a
how
go.
fun is that? Jealous.
You pipe across one.
Okay, and what's in
then
here?
that's just flour and water.
Okay.
So you make a paste with that. Squeeze it.
Nice.
Nice and neat onto the top.
Oh, nice and neat, he said, was the problem.
Mine has a bow. Would you look at that?
That's good. That's really
Thank
good.
you very much.
That's
Rolling
neat.
the bun was awful, but
That's
teamwork.
That's a little
not
bit
it?
messy. No, I can give you a handshake for that one.
Oh, thank you.
That's very good, that's
Why
very
do you do
good.
this
You guys have to
part?
see how bad the back of
Well,
mine is.
it's the cross to represent Easter.
Okay.
So it's the whole
Why
thing
don't
is
you do
Easter.
this?
But this is what it ends up like. So you throw them all together, and then you glaze them with a stock syrup, or you use an apricot jam.
Okay.
And this stickiness, and this goes really well with cheese actually, with a cheese bug, but you can smell it. It's quite Scandinavian.
Yeah.
But then when you have it, you end up with this. That's
beautiful.
So when you
great.
tear them, open them up, and just have it with a little bit of butter, or just on its own. I like them toasted, you see.
Okay.
The traditional thing of the hot cross bun is to toast it. Give it
All
a
right.
nice flash of colour. Gorgeous.
Before I tuck into this, you also brought donuts, so I would love if you
Now
would
there is.
just quickly before we go,
Absolutely.
talk to us about
Excuse
donuts.
me. There you go. Have a big bite of that one.
Okay. What's in this? What's in
No,
this?
it's apple, cinnamon, raisins. So you've got to eat a lot, honestly. Take a big mouthful of
trying
apple,
to-
enjoy it.
I'm trying to wait until we go to break so I don't have to talk with my mouth full.
Don't worry, we
All right.
got you.
Enjoy.
special, right?
Good stuff.
Oh, it's so cool. Yellow fruit there. Hand one of those down here until we get in. I will wait until after. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I will work on my crosses. You can get these recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com. And Paul's new cookbook, Celebrate, is out now. We will be right back.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us and watching.
Yeah, for more news, check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney+. Have a great, delicious day.
And we will see you tomorrow.